This is to identify the quality requirements and or standards for the project and its deliverables, and documenting how the project will demonstrate the compliance with the quality requirements. So plan quality management is have two factors. One, to identify quality requirements. Second, how demonstrate how we'll comply with those quality requirements. Simple, straightforward. And of course, it is towards project and its deliverables. Now, essentially, it produces quality management plan, and it talks about how we go about doing the rest of the two processes. Rather select their tools and technique, and that is quality assurance management and control quality process. Perform quality assurance and control quality process. So the first input is project management plan. So in here we'll refer to scope baseline, which is again combination of project scope statement, WBS and WBS dictionary, schedule baseline, cost baseline. So 3 baseline is what we'll refer to, and other management plan that are appropriate. That will help us to come out with a quality management plan and process improvement plan. So the second input for plan quality management is stakeholder register. If you remember, identify stakeholder is the initiating process group process, and this is plan quality management. So that is already, the point I wanted to make was that is already performed. So stakeholder register will be available. So the input from stakeholder register, you will come to know the stakeholder tolerances and towards various things. So you know where to concentrate on for the quality management plan. So what are the factors, and that's what we see. The risk register, this is the, it contains the information on threats and opportunities that may impact our quality requirements. Then requirement documentation, of course, is one of the important document that will give us more insight into the quality related requirements. So this is all inputs will provide us towards the quality requirements. I was just seeing which all inputs are covered. Okay, so tools and techniques are covered in subsequent slides. So here I'm just going to mention those, and we'll cover the tools and techniques in detail as and when we visit those slides. So enterprise environmental factor and organization process asset, the other two inputs we are not going to cover in detail because we already know, they will definitely have, they will definitely contribute towards identifying quality requirements. So the first tool and technique is cost benefit analysis. So cost benefit analysis, it's a marginal benefit analysis. Any quality management related process, let's say you are inspecting a deliverable, it's a quality management process, or you're auditing the project, it's a quality related process, mainly towards cost of conformance, and this also will tell you, rather it will have the cost associated. So there will be a lot of cost that will be associated with all the means plan quality management, you perform quality assurance, control quality. All of these will have their own cost associated. So we have to see whatever cost we are investing or expending, what benefit we are getting out of it. So that's where will lie, the increase stakeholder satisfaction. So is it essentially having less rework? Are we getting higher productivity? Are we having lower cost and increased profitability? So this is what we do using the exactly next tool, which is cost of quality. So cost of quality gives us cost of conformance. So it compartmentalizes the cost of quality into cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. Cost of conformance will have preventive costs such as training, documenting, standardizing, and so on, or appraisal costs like testing, inspections, and so on, as a cost of conformance. So those will be the cost for the conforming to the quality. Sorry. Cost of non-conformance will have two costs, internal failure cost and external failure cost. So in case of internal failure found by the project, by the control quality process, then you will have to do the rework and scrap. It can be even found during your perform quality assurance. So rework and scrap needs to be done. External failure cost will be, these are the failures found by the customer. So usually you will lose the business, liabilities and warranty work will happen. So cost of, we'll see, we have the separate slide on this, so we'll see, visually also what is cost of quality. Then there are 7 basic tools which again we'll cover at the end. Because these 7 basic tools, I'll just mention a few of their names, like they are like cause and effect diagram, Ishikawa diagram, also fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram, flowcharts, check sheets. These are the 7 basic tools used by, these 7 basic tools are used by all of the 3 processes in project quality management knowledge area. That is plan quality management, perform quality assurance, and control quality, these 3 processes. So this is common 7 basic quality tools, and will be explained. We have separate slides on that which will explain each and every tool appropriately. Then we have benchmarking. I think we have seen benchmarking, but we'll have a little bit of explanation on this. So we'll have explanation on design of experiments and statistical sampling in subsequent slides. There will be some additional quality planning tools which we'll see at appropriate time because these are also covered, I guess, in subsequent slides. But I can tell you right now, these are something like brainstorming, nominal group technique. So those we have already covered, as a part of collect requirement process also, right? So those are the tools that can be used as additional quality planning tools. Meetings, of course, need not be told much about it. So it creates a quality management plan. Quality management plan is a component of project management plans. All plans are usually part of your project management plan. So is quality management plan. And it consists of how the organizational quality policies will be implemented. So whatever identified quality requirements are identified, they will be part of quality requirement will be part of your quality management plan. And also we'll see the document will document how we'll demonstrate the compliance with quality requirements. So which kinds of tools and techniques will be used in subsequent perform quality assurance and control quality process. Then coming to process improvement plan, this is again a subsidiary or component of project management plan. This is in process improvement, we see the process boundaries, their configuration, their metrics, and we target to improve the process. So we try to reduce unnecessary activities on the process, and we try to improve the efficiency of existing sub items or the procedures within the process, or the steps or activities within the process. We try to improve the efficiency in order to improve the process or overall efficiency. That will help the project. So we identify the processes. So it may be product management processes or project management processes, and that process improvement plan will be mentioned. Quality metrics is something like this is based on your stakeholder register and risk register. We come out with the quality metrics such as sorry, defect density and let's say cost per ans. What we know already, I think that's easy to use. Cost per ans, CPI, CV, SPI, SV, and so on. So those becomes your quality metrics. Okay. So when I'm saying schedule variance, for example, I can say plus or minus 10% of schedule variance is allowed. So you know that schedule can be behind schedule or ahead of schedule by 10% of the time. So 10% of the whatever duration you have for the project. So those are the kind of quality metrics we use with usually control limits. Then the quality checklist. These are a simple checklist. Usually you should use the acceptance criteria. They should be included in the scope baseline. So quality checklist should be incorporated into the acceptance criteria, and it is included in the scope baseline. So it's a structured tool, usually component specific, used to verify that a set of required steps has been performed. So I think we all know the checklist and we have been using it. So that's the output we get as a part of plan quality management process.